Hi, this is John with Pier 28, and today I'm going to be showing you the Vico-Power Plus, which is a hardwire kit for your dash camera with battery discharge prevention, low voltage, and high temperature cutoff. And I have it all set up here on my bench, ready to give you a full demo. So let's cover the basics first. I got a lot of stuff hooked up here, so let's just show you in the manual, which is easier to show you what's going on here. So here's the basic layout here. The box is rather small, and it's got an LCD screen that's quite easy to see because it's backlit and much easier to operate for changing all the settings instead of dip switches. So you have a 3-wire power like any hardwire kit. You got the ground, which I have hooked up already, ACC, the red one, which is a switched power source such as your radio, and you have the yellow, which is battery, which is an unswitched constant source, which would be hooked up to something such as your power seats. So you always tap into your fuse panel using a add a circuit device such as this here, which we'll have on our sites shortly. And when you do tap in, make sure you don't pick any power sources that have anything to do with safety equipment such as airbags and whatnot. So basically, let's go over the features of this thing. So it's got the low voltage protection, and you can go all the way up to 12.6 volts. Actually, it's higher than the instruction manual shows you, all the way down to 11.6. So this goes higher than our other devices, which is safer in some situations. It's also 24 volt compatible, so you can do 12 or 24 volt. So there's the basic cutoff, which I'll demonstrate shortly. It also has over temperature protection. None of my other devices have that, so that's great. You can choose these various Celsius or Fahrenheit ranges, which I'll go over live soon. It's got a timer protection as well. You can choose 2, 6, 12, 24, 48, 72 hours, and you can actually disable that with a switch. So on the side of the unit here, there is a switch that says timer or normal. So that timer cutoff will only be obeyed if you have that on. So we have it normal mode, so the timer mode is not being obeyed right now. This other switch on the bottom here is bypass or activate. Activate is what you'll normally use to get the parking mode. If you shut it off to bypass, that means your dash cam will only receive power once you start the car. When you turn the car off, engine off, dash cam goes off. So that might be optionally used in the dead of winter. You want to make sure it's not recording, something like that. But for the most part, you'll be on activate there. So this is the Mercedes of hardwire kits out there. It's pretty advanced with the extra range and temperature features and whatnot. So I guess we'll go right into the actual operation of the unit here. So here it is again. And when you do hook this up in your car, you're going to want to put it out of sight, of course, but within reach. So it does come with this 3M dual lock adhesive, so you can just take it out and make your adjustments or get down there and take a look. So here's the female cigarette lighter port. You just plug in your dash camera here, put it out of sight under the dashboard. And we already talked about the wiring configuration, the ground. The battery is yellow for constant, red is ACC switched. So let's power on, and you get the boot up logo. It says it's in ACC mode, and it shows you the current voltage. I was testing this, so let's go back up to normal. So normal voltage would be somewhere in the 13s. So dash camera is on, and you can also confirm with the multimeter here that the voltage is quite accurate. So let's simulate parking mode. I'm going to go ahead and remove the red ACC wire, which is the same thing as turning off the engine of your car. Now you'll notice that it says BATT, it says it's in parking mode, battery mode, and you have the ... So let's go ahead and simulate starting the car again, and it goes back to ACC, and the dash camera, of course, is still recording just fine. Let's go over the menu choices before I give you the demonstration of the low voltage cutoff. So basically the first screen, the first menu choice shows you the live voltage. The next one shows you the live temperature. The next choice is how to change the actual voltage settings. So you click OK, which is this one here, and now you can cycle between the various low voltage cutoffs. All the way up to 12.6, all the way down to 11.4. I'll leave it at 12.2. Hit the checkbox for OK. This is the back button. All right, let's go to the next one. Hour is how you change your various timer cutoff should you have the switch set up to the timer. And there's all those choices I read off in the manual earlier, all the way up to 72 hours, as low as 2 hours. All right, let's go back. And the next choice is temperature. So let's go to there. And you have a choice between Fahrenheit whoops, let's go back to that. Oh, I'm still in the mode. So you can choose these various temperature cutoffs all the way up to 167 Fahrenheit. Okay, we got to back out to that menu. And now you can choose between off, Celsius, or Fahrenheit. So if you don't want any if you don't want any high temperature cutoff, you can leave it off, because some of the dash cameras out there are rated even higher than that, and the high temperature is no problem. So it's up to you if you want it to cut off for the high temperature. That's a great safety feature though, optional feature there. So if you don't do anything, it defaults back to the live voltage there. So let's see what else is left. We're going to go through the same settings we already looked at. Live temperature, the voltage choices, the hour timer cutoff, temperature choices, and the Celsius versus Fahrenheit or off, and offset. So offset is, if you notice that the voltage shown here is not the same as your multimeter, you can change the offset to be a little higher or a little lower than you need it to be to compensate for any extra resistance and whatnot you have in your wiring harness and whatnot. All right, so we'll just leave it dead center because it looks like it's fine. And then reboot or factory reset. You can also do that if you press and hold the back button for 10 seconds. It'll flush everything out back to the factory defaults. Not a problem there. All right, so that's all the basic settings. It's now time for a live demo. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is simulate that we stop the engine of the car. So we just shut your car off. You're now in battery discharge prevention mode, and it's still providing power to the camera because we're well above the 12.2 cutoff there. All right, so now with this test bench here, I can slowly lower the voltage actually. And we're at 12.7, 12.4. All right, so we're set to 12.2, so let's just go a little below. And I think it's going to be about 30 seconds. It doesn't cut off immediately because you might have a quick dip if you're messing around with your radio or something. It doesn't want you to cut off. It doesn't want to cut off power to the camera unless it's sure that you're really at that low voltage condition after around 30 seconds. So I think we're about halfway there. And there we go. There's the low under load there, and the camera has gone off. And we can simulate restarting the engine by plugging in the ACC wire once again. Turn the voltage back up. Boom, we got the ACC. And the camera is turning back on. Boom. So that is a quick demo and unboxing. Well, it was already unboxed, but you can see everything there of the Vico-Power Plus, the Mercedes of hardwire kits for your dash cam. Thanks for watching.